Hi, everybody. I just want to talk to you about picking your research topic. As I mentioned in class this week, I'm concerned with teaching you how to do research and how to write a good research paper. In terms of the topic, I just want you to be interested in it. This is a process. It's not like we just sit down and write a research paper. We're going to spend a long period of time reading about our topics, taking notes, doing the research, figuring out where we have gaps in our research and filling those gaps, outlining, and then finally writing the paper in drafts. And so this is a process that will take a period of time. And I want you to pick a topic that can sustain your interest. So don't worry about picking a topic that you think I will like. The most important thing here is that you like your topic. So, with that in mind, I'm going to do this entire process with you. So, I'm ready to start brainstorming ideas that I might want to do for my topic. So, I'm just going to get a blank sheet of paper, and you can do this in your notebook if you like. But I just want to show you my brainstorming process so you can do something similar with yours. All right, so I've got the date, I've got research topic ideas. Okay, let's start thinking about things that I am interested in, things that have come to mind recently that I've thought I'd maybe like to learn more about that. I really liked the free solo video that we watched in class from our film club. I'm interested in learning more about free solo climbing and maybe about Alex Honnold. He got pretty famous with that free solo movie. So he's pretty recent. I don't know if there's a book about him yet, but maybe I'll just go ahead and put it down on my list. Um, I'm reading Hidden Figures right now. I'm interested in NACA, which was the precursor to NASA, and human computers. I also have a personal interest in this one because my own grandmother was a computer at NACA, and I heard lots of stories about that growing up. I also just got a book about the Shackleton expedition to Antarctica. That is something I really loved that book, and I'd love to do some more research on that. That's a really interesting story. Titanic, very popular topic, but I am interested in the Titanic, so I'm going to put that on my list. I'm interested in the Olympics. We have Summer Olympics coming up. My kids and I just realized last night when we were talking about it, and we're very excited. One of the things I might want to look at is the first Olympics and how they started, or also. My kids and I were talking last night about Olympic sports and how something becomes an Olympic sport. So maybe I'll put that on my list. Okay, so as you can see, I am just literally brainstorming things that are interesting to me and things that have come up in my life lately. The seniors read a play by Euripides, and I got sort of interested in him. I don't know a ton about him. I've never researched him specifically. So maybe I could do that. I am interested in the Shakespeare question. There's a lot of controversy about Shakespeare and whether he was a real person or whether he was one person. There are a lot of books written about that, I know. Something that is very near and dear to my heart, as you all know, is why don't kids read more? Especially, it seems like as time goes on, kids read less and less. So maybe that's a topic I could research. I'm interested in social media and depression and the links there. We've read some articles about that this year for our article of the week, and that is definitely something that interests me. Now, as I keep going through my list, this is, a full brainstorm. I'm going to write down everything that comes to mind. I can always go weed stuff out later. If I run out of ideas, maybe pick a category like music. Okay, music. I am interested in the Beatles. I am interested in Elvis. I love Miles Davis. And let's see. Oh, a music topic that's not a person. I'm interested in file sharing and how that really changed the music industry. You all are too young to know this, but when I was in college, there was something called Napster where people shared music, and it was shut down because people weren't paying for the music. And then things like Spotify came around and Apple Music. I know there are musicians who don't participate, like Metallica was very against music sharing, and Garth Brooks. You can't find him on Spotify from what I know. At least I've heard this. And so that could be an interesting topic, how file sharing has changed the music industry. Um, on the same token, YouTube, how that has changed video sharing and advertising. I think that could be interesting. These are pretty recent, so I don't know if there are books written about them, but I could always go with that. Okay, other things that interest me in terms of education, comparing our system to other countries. Maybe pick one country and compare it and compare test scores and all of those things. Um, I've always wanted to read more about that. I've read some articles, but not much. Um, oh, my latest thing, I would love to have a Great Dane. I don't have a dog right now, but I am very intrigued by Great Danes. I think they're beautiful dogs, and I could maybe research what they were bred for and what the breed is like. That could help me in my personal life because I'm trying to convince my family to let me get a Great Dane. What else? History. Let's see. I'm very interested in the space race, specifically Sputnik, and the space race that happened right around that time. I'm interested in scuba diving. I'm a scuba diver. Maybe I could look at the origins of scuba diving. I know the equipment has really evolved and changed, but I could look at the earliest scuba diving. That could be cool. Let's see. Oh, I saw a Cirque du Soleil show recently at the Civic Center, and I am very intrigued by how they work. It was just amazing what they do. So maybe there's a book written about Cirque du Soleil, and maybe I can do some more research there. All right, so you can see how this is going. I'm just literally writing down things that are interesting to me. After I do that, I'll go through my list and start weeding out things that I know won't work, or just things where I realize, yeah, I mean, I'm interested, but I don't think I want to spend 8 weeks reading about this topic. And from here, I can maybe narrow it down to something I'm really excited about doing. All right, so I would like for you to try this process between now and Monday. Start thinking about potential topics, and we'll talk about them next week. Have a great weekend.